upstairs that holds significant historical value. This is the site of So the idea is the Jamaica National Heritage Trust is actually looking at that facility, and it is a heritage site. So even though I have plans, I can't make plans without the authority that has the jurisdiction over it. So they are looking at the building, and they will advise me as to the best way to treat with the building. My own view is that we should incorporate it as part of what we're doing in terms of the development of the museum. Remember now, in the Morant Bay Urban Center, a state-of-the-art, first world court is being built, already started. I have had an opportunity to look at the plans. It's going to be fantastic. So there wouldn't be any need to use this as a courthouse. The truth is that this has far more historic value, which makes it better suited to be part of a museum complex.
Sir, two quick ones. The impact really of what you've done in terms of laying the deed at Paul Bogle's
well, it's not his actual resting place, but it's the symbolic area for all the martyrs. It's important. The laying of a wreath is paying a sign of respect, and that's what we have done. And it is also an opportunity for remembrance. When you come to a historic town like this, pay respect to the value of the town. So we have symbolically laid a wreath there for Paul Bogle, George William Gordon, and all the martyrs who were killed in that rebellion. As I said, that is what really started the development of modern Jamaica. It was a turning point in Jamaica's history. What we are doing here in St. Thomas is to create a corridor of development leading from Port Royal all the way to Port Antonio. A new corridor of development. So let's put it all together. We have built a new cruise ship here in Port Royal. We have built a new restaurant and museum in Port Royal. So Port Royal is poised. But Port Royal in itself is a destination. But when you have multiple destinations all in close proximity, you really can create almost like an itinerary. You can create a corridor of development with tourism. So you have a port, you have facilities in Port Royal. Port Royal has museums, historic churches, historic sites, historic graveyard, all kinds of history-rich attractions are in Port Royal. But then just as you drive out of Port Royal, you have the airport. So you have means by which you can access, international visitors can access this corridor of development. So you can access it by cruise ship, or you can access it by airplane. Now, can you imagine that you want to come to Jamaica, cruise to Jamaica, you don't want to cruise back, you can fly back, or you can fly here and get on a cruise. So there are possibilities of how we can generate a new corridor of tourism. And then in Kingston, we have, again, very important I say attractions, but experiences and sites. We have the National Gallery, we have the Institute of Jamaica, we have the Bob Marley Museum, we have the Blue Mountain Coffee Tour. We have so many things of interest. We have Culture Yard. We have all kinds of things that people would want to come and experience about Jamaica. Or you could leave, Port Royal, and within an hour, you could be here in a newly developed historic town of Morant, where you can really begin to see and understand the history of Jamaica. And that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, we're building a lovely road and the focus is on the road. Yep, we've put in water mains and internet and some sewage, and we're building a new urban center. But I want people to see the bigger picture of how this is going to affect the local community. It is going to be transformational. So when I travel throughout the parish, as I did just today, going up from Penline Castle coming down, the people there still haven't seen the vision as yet. They're very much concerned about their poor roads and their water situation. How is that going to change? Promises won't change that. What will change that is bringing economic activity that generates revenues, so people can earn an income, pay taxes, that generates more revenue, and then we can generally fix roads and water supply. So we're doing the things necessary, right? But usually, you know, when people have been suffering for very long, there is a certain impatience that sets in, a certain frustration, fatigue, and that gives opportunity for persons who are opportunistic in how they conduct their politics to try and play upon the frustration and fatigue of the voters. My job is to explain what we are doing, not just the vision, meaning the dreams of things to come, the plans of things to come, but to show the concrete evidence of things that have been done. And if you do that, if you show what you have done and you show what is to come, then you have hope, because there is something tangible to hold on to. And so this tour is about giving the people of St. Thomas hope that the things that matter to them, their roads and water, they are being addressed, and those that have not yet been addressed, they will be addressed.
Thank you, Prime Minister. We have to go way behind.
So,
This statue, I want to die.
Next step.
I was hoping that I would have met you under much different circumstances. May I go around?
Surely.
I suspect you are her daughter.
No, those
No.
are our daughter.
And you are?
I'm a friend of hers.
Pleasure, pleasure. How are you, my dear? Good to see you.
Hello.
Is it 3 daughters? Oh, where's this one? Okay. Ah, boy. So how did this happen? I wasn't able to follow all the news. I heard that there was an accident, but I didn't get to see the full thing.
Was on the trailer, went to about 20 miles somewhere. When we reached White House, is almost the post office, going out the car. There's a car coming down the truck going up. But this foot was like this on the trailer. This one like this. But when we go around the corner, the car, the black car, let me see, because my back turned to Mark Bay End. My back turned to Yalla's, face turned to Mark Bay End. So, when we go in and then see the car, it's like the driver pull back because the trailer is too long. So he pull back to make the car not want to hit the car. And then like him hold the whisk on the side of the place.
Oh, and that tear down the stones.
Right.
Oh, so that kind of get caught in the
Yeah.
cab of his truck or something.
Right. So if the car didn't come in for him to go back there, looking like that.
It's one of those what you'd call a freak accident. Really, really very sad. But everybody tells me that you did an interview and you were in very high spirits.
Tell the truth. It's still the night here, but
Yes, it's very. I can imagine. I can join you. So this leg is also damaged.
yeah. Yeah, I lose big toe, piece of it, and piece of the third toe. But I have life still.
But you know that we will be with you.
Well, I never in this.
No, that's what I was saying. This is.
But all work away next year.
Well, that way would involve myself and your MP to make sure that we help and assist you and your family.
Oh, no matter do it.
Well, your mom is here. Have they assessed your leg to see if a prosthetic leg can work?
What I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to go dress tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then some must come back up here. Not this Tuesday, next week, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I think probably it's that them going to challenge me a letter.
They will check and see if your leg can take the prosthesis. Well, if the doctors assess that you can use a prosthetic, most definitely we'll be able to assist with that. All right? The government has a program where they do help persons who are in need of prosthetic legs. So we'll make sure that that is dealt with. What did you used to do before? What was your livelihood?
Well, we used to work with sideways in the morning, on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And after me done now, they come and open a bar right there. But it wasn't my bar.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, and after that, home. I'm always cooking sometimes.
So that's all of that mobility you're going to be affected. But we'll definitely help you in every way we can. I know James is already playing an integral role. So we will do our part. You know, it's just one of those very tragic things that has happened. Very, very tragic. Very sad. So were you heading from the campaign or?
No, I'm going to leave from the nomination.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Trinity or something like that. Or CW1.
Mm-hmm. So the nomination had finished and you're leaving. Very sad. Very, 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 very sad. Very, very sad. And you're the only person to be injured?
No, I think a gentleman was on truck as well. He came here, sir. But him come from up that end, we don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy that helped me as well, and I don't really come from up the way they come from.
Mm-hmm.
The lady who helped me came to the hospital, up that side she come from. But when we got to the hospital and she come there about the Sunday and she has to finish she work at Sunday, I said, true. I couldn't know she had me say Steph, her sister. Someone know Steph long time.
Mm-hmm.
She called you today?
Yeah, Tash called me today.
She was in bath with me. I saw her.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't due to any, careless driving or nothing like that. Yeah, it's really sad the way you have described it. I don't have a better understanding.
And I first met drive with them.
Mm-hmm.
I always drive on a 2 the night yesterday. I tell them if she a baby, me like she my friend and she a 32 years old. And I drive with them whole heap of time go at home.
Mm-hmm.
Whole heap of time. Till me start carrying them motorcade with me. Me cook and carry them motorcade with me. Show you. Me no hang out, me no have them something there. Me sit down flat for my bottom. Me no need to climb up. Me sit down and enjoy myself.
Yeah. But you said it.
Yeah, me sit down and enjoy myself.
You know, where you say
yeah.
is that you still have life.
Yeah, me still have life.
And you give God thanks for that.
Yeah, true.
And once you have life, we can do a lot. So we will definitely assist. All right, we'll make sure that you're certainly able to continue with some of the things you used to be able to do, and just to make sure that you can have a livelihood, right? And James, this is not your area. This is your area.
John Lee, Thomas.
And then we realize you're here, John. Okay. So, well,
We have a lot of things.
we were discussing.
We have an idea of what we need to do.
Yeah.
And we've discussed it with her already and her daughters.
Right? So we'll do whatever we can. We'll give you the support necessary. Right? We'll provide you with whatever help we can. You have grandchildren?
3 and 1 on the way.
Yeah. Well, all right. All right. I'm really very sorry that this has happened to you. But we'll find a way to help. All right? And sorry to keep you up so late waiting. But we were we had to stop at every gate literally. And I did make sure to say to everyone who was on the campaign that they should conduct themselves properly. Right? We can't afford any more accidents like this.